Hello, everybody. Now you can hear me, and it's great acoustics in this room. It's a lot of echo here. So, welcome everybody to what is actually a premiere, the first physical presentation of the Holistic World Innovation Trophy. We launched that in 2019, and the first presentation, of course, was struck with COVID. So, and I'm very happy that we found Democracy for All as a partner to do this. I know, Kirce, Vasilisa, it was a challenging year, and so I'm really very grateful that we allowed to be here. Vasilisa, would you please join me on stage? Where is she? Okay, she's still somewhere. So I'm telling a little bit about the Diplomatic World Institute. I would have to do that anyway. As I said, we were founded in 2019, and we're the spin-off of a very traditional magazine in the diplomatic world. It's called Diplomatic World, that by now has developed into a very serious opinion magazine where head of states, ambassadors, but also people from NGOs and forward thinkers are expressing themselves. And since as a magazine you can't do everything, so we formed the Diplomatic World Institute, and innovation is one of our big issues. And hi, Vasilisa.
Hi, Dieter. I'm so sorry for being late.
It's great. As I said before, it's absolutely perfect that you give us the opportunity to do this together with you.
And thank you very much for being here. It's appreciated, and I think what you're doing is very important to recognize such amazing projects. And I know it's only one per year, so it's even more, let's say, scarce. So I will give back the word to you.
And I'm very happy to have a woman with me on stage, because in our jury board, they did amazing work doing that. We have 7 people on that board. We have 5 women. And I was trying to get some of them here, but it didn't work this time for the premiere. But one has visa issues, the other has got stuck in the US. So very happy to. And also Ulrike Bohlens, our artist, is is a leading feminist artist. So we are not, though we are very proud. And this was not this was just incidentally that it happened to come along like that. So, but we are very happy to be diverse like that. And they came up with a real great selection of candidates. And yeah, as I said, the first one was given out in 2021 virtually, and it's a great company. So I'm really proud to present this company now here in a little a bigger circle. And the company is called In Digital. It was founded by Michaela Jade, an Aborigine woman who was working as a park ranger and realized that the story of her people were not told the proper way. So she started at night, second shift, to learn about virtual reality, and now the company is training teachers to teach pupils about virtual reality, to give them a career option other than the regular poor career options of her people. And also telling the story of the culture. And yes, I mean, not much further ado. Let's listen to Michaela herself. This is from an interview I did with her last year. Just a clipping, and you can read this interview on the Diplomatic World website. So please, Michaela Jade video. Successes at this point, but very, very briefly, please.
Okay, sure. So my name's Michaela Jade. I'm a Cabri Guldarg woman from the Sydney Basin in Australia. I'm a first person or Indigenous person from Australia, and I started in digital to close the digital divide for 400 million First Peoples around the world using augmented and mixed reality storytelling. And we are an education technology company, and we teach teachers how to teach digital skills like augmented mixed reality through a cultural lens. So everybody learns through the 8 ways of Indigenous learning.
Yes, okay, so you specifically target at teachers and trainers and coaches,
yes,
but not at the people itself. You leave that to whoever takes the responsible for it.
That's correct. Yeah, we do sometimes work directly with students, but we feel we can get the most impact by working with the educator community around the world. So they obviously reach hundreds of thousands of millions of students.
But around the world, so your focus is not only Australia, but you started in Australia.
We started in Australia. We've been an education technology company for over a year, and we worked mostly with First Peoples communities in Australia, but recently we've been working in Canada and also in New Zealand. So working with First Peoples communities in British Columbia and also in Rotorua. Yeah, so I was a park ranger writing those signs that you see in national parks. And I saw augmented reality for the first time in 2012.
Don't kick the koala?
Yeah, don't take the koala, don't tread on the cultural site. Yeah, I thought the signs that we were using in national parks were really sterile. They didn't tell you the story of the place that you were standing in, and it certainly didn't share cultural knowledge with the people that were coming to our special cultural places. So I imagined a world where you could hold your mobile phone up to a cultural place and our elders would appear in holographic format and tell you the story of the place in our language, and for the right reasons at the right time, and also create some economic development opportunity for our community for being custodians of those stories. So that's how I came across the idea. It took a lot longer to build than what I thought, because augmented and mixed reality.
But this is targeting to another group of people. That was targeting at the people coming into the national parks and tell them about the cultures. But that's a completely different thing than educating the people in these cultures themselves.
Yes. So we ended up becoming an edutech company because when I released our first application in 2014, lots of First Peoples around the world wanted me to create augmented reality for their places as well. And then I realized I can't do this by myself, and I shouldn't be the one creating everyone's cultural stories. So it's best just to teach our people how to make their own cultural stories in augmented and mixed reality. So that's how we became an education technology company instead.
Well, what the interview had to say and why they awarded the Holistic World Innovation Trophy to Michaela. Now Vasilisa is going to read to us. No, in digital.
See, I'm so sorry. It's a pleasure to me to be here. I mean, actually, it was by prompt, so that I'm accompanying Dieter on stage. So excuse me for being a little bit like nervous if something. But yes, going to back what the judges said. So in digital, the combination of teaching digital skills and cultural heritage of ethnic niche groups has been uniquely accomplished by InDigital. The company focuses on indigenous people, but the model provides a blueprint that can be easily adopted on other ethnic groups. The WWIT board anonymously decided in their final 2021 meeting that the work, it is done, and its mission are important enough to award the first Holistic World Innovation Trophy, WWIT, to the company's founder, Michaela Jade.
Thank you, and I'm really happy now that the 2022 award winner is actually coming from Europe. It makes it a lot easier to get here, so I'm really proud that we have the company here. The company it was kept secret till now, so nobody knows it. That's now it's the first mention of the 2022 laureate, even if you just were already mentioning that name. It's What 3-word, a company. And now please, what did the jury say about What 3 words?
Absolutely. So, the street addresses aren't accurate enough to specify precise location. This makes it hard to find places and prevents people from describing exactly where help is needed in an emergency. What 3 words divided the world into 3-meter squares and gave each square a unique combination of 3 words. It's the easiest way to find and share exact locations, helping many businesses and individuals to optimize their actions. That's why the WWIT board anonymously decided in their final 2022 meeting to award the 2022 Holistic World Innovation Trophy, WWIT, to this company and its co-founder and CEO, Chris Sheldrick.
Well, Chris is not here. He is traveling again in Asia, so it would have been a very time-consuming gig to do so, but I'm very happy to have Will Irwin here. He is doing the business development for the company, and he is a perfect person to tell us about what 3 words. I mean, I think the name is already a program. That's what it is all about, what 3 words. And when we were discussing it, first of all, it was not only an anonymous vote. It took only 15 minutes, and we had a real great outline of shortlisted companies. It was Augmentus from Indonesia. They are doing push-on robotics, so you don't need to code anything. You just push a button, and it will do what you want the robots to do.
Excuse me. This guy's apparently done a lot of work and gotten awarded some awards, and we didn't, so let's respect him and listen to this presentation, please. The acoustics are really bad in here, so please just hold your conversation until dinner so we can hear whatever this amazing thing is that you did that got you the award. Thank you.
Well, I wouldn't say it was me. We've got a fantastic team at What 3 Words who have helped build the company. For those that you don't know, I'm Will Irwin. I'm from What 3 Words. We are an addressing standard across the globe. We've divided the entire world into 3 by 3 meter squares and given every single one of those squares a unique 3-word address. What that allows people to do is talk about precise location using words or their language rather than GPS coordinates. GPS coordinates are fantastic and by far the most accurate way of talking about location. But has anyone in the room ever tried to actually tell someone over the phone a lat long or type it in? No. It's very, very difficult to do so. And what we wanted to try and overcome is that human to machine or human to human barrier with talking about precise location. We're now built into various different companies across various different verticals. So in 2017, Mercedes-Benz integrated us into their sat-navs so that you could type just 3 words in and go to anywhere on the entire Earth. That's followed with Lamborghinis, Jaguar Land Rovers, Subarus, and Mitsubishis following suit. Many people have a problem as well, particularly in the Western world, with getting parcels to their front door. So I don't know if you've ever had a courier call you and say, I'm just down the road from your house, but I'm not exactly sure where to come. Could you give me some directions? That's another problem we're trying to overcome. Giving a What 3 Words address in conjunction to your normal street address will help a delivery company get exactly to your front door. But outside of that, and I think it's probably what you wanted to talk about, was our application in emergency services. We work with emergency services across the entire globe, whether that's in the UK, whether that's in the US, or whether that's in the DACH region in Europe, to help them know exactly where injured people or people in distress are. Dieter, I don't know if you had a question around our emergency services, which would be happy to answer.
What I just was approaching to say, when thank you for your note, by the way. What I was saying is, when I mentioned this company, the reaction was, oh, great company, I use it from the very beginning. So obviously you did something wrong, though it's a unique approach. What makes you that unique?
I think what makes us unique is talking about precise location in a way that isn't using a machine-to-machine or using digits. Has never been done before. So we're doing something that's a particular challenge. And I'd say that that's probably our biggest challenge as a company, is influencing human behavior. So up until now, most of you in this room, and perhaps some of you have heard of What Three Words, but most of you in the room will have been using street addresses, zip codes, and GPS and postcodes to talk about location. That's all well and good in areas where this works well and you're able to go to exactly the front door. But when we're talking about large buildings like the venue we're at today, the pin on any mapping provider would have been dropped slap bang in the middle of this building, which doesn't help you get to the precise entrance. It doesn't help delivery drivers get to a delivery entrance. It doesn't help you and your taxi get to the front door. Outside of that, what makes us unique is our approach of working with emergency services, which are very aware is why we've got this award. So in the UK, we work with 85% of the UK's emergency services. And our application there is helping people that are in distress let the emergency services find them in a time-critical manner. Ultimately, what that means is that these emergency services that are set up with our systems can take a What Three Words address from people reporting incidents over the phone, or even send out what we call a Find Me link, which is a SMS that when it hits the person's phone, you can click on it, and it will give you the 3 words for where you're stood. You read those back to the emergency services, and that's drastically cutting down the amount of time it takes the emergency services to find people, and ultimately saving lives.
Well, rescue services definitely is obvious enough, but also in other logistic fields, like parcel delivery, how often I don't get a parcel because the guys claim not to have found the address. I mean, what is kind of bizarre because we're living there for 20 years, but still there is this problem. But by now you're also working together with all major logistic companies, or the largest, I understood.
Yeah, so in logistics, this is something that we've been working on for a while now, and we're glad to be partnered with DHL and DPD, DB Schenker, and Every to deliver parcels all over the globe. They accept What Three Words addresses in various forms, but one of those is within a parcel app. So you're able to, as a homeowner, put in your What Three Words address, and they will use that to find your house the next time they deliver a parcel. But another project for us is working with large e-commerce companies to get What Three Words addresses accepted at checkout and passed on to these logistics providers. Our goal, obviously, as I said at the start, is to become a global addressing standard. We're now available in 54 different languages. We announced Estonian, our 54 language, a couple of weeks ago. So what that means is that over 5 billion people can now use What Three Words in their native language, get parcels delivered to their front door, input them in their car sat nav. Or one of the things that I'd like to encourage everyone here to do is to download the app and then perhaps use a What Three Words address in Cabify. Cabify is one of the largest ride-hailing apps in Spain, and they operate in Barcelona. So if you are calling a cab home tonight, please input a What Three Words address for the front door of your hotel, and use that to go exactly where you need to be at the end of the night, perhaps after a few more drinks.
I already mentioned that Chris, by the way, that's him, is in Asia, but it also shows a little bit about your ambition, though you are on the rim of even internationalizing more.
Yeah, can't add too much more, but in terms of becoming a global addressing standard, we want to be integrated with as many companies as possible that are dealing with precise location. So anyone that's taking in street addresses at the moment will probably have a problem with geocoding, whether that is a logistics company getting a parcel to the front door, whether it's a ride-hailing company picking people up on the side of the phone, whether it's a drone company trying to get aid to people in really far out and remote places. All of these people will have problems with communicating precise location, and our ambition is to become a standard where wherever you are in the world, you're using What Three Words to communicate your location, and whether that is your front door, or whether it's this stage, or whether it's a point to drop off aid.
Okay, thank you, Will. Before we come to the Before we come to the official part and you will receive your certificate and the official piece of art, we are working together with a quite famous artist, Ulrike Bolenz, a feminist artist, and she provided this, well, quite amazing piece of art. And yeah, she provided a little making of, so please, Ulrike Bolenz video.
Саєрсизм. Національний відділ Ульріки Болец, Бельгія. Саєрсизм. Абсолютний переможець конкурсу в номінації Саєрсизм.
The unique thing of this object, of course, is a feather, because that's in every installation different, of course. And these were the two, in this size, these were the two only given out. And as you could tell from the video, of course, Ulrike is working quite a bit with Diplomatic World, and we hand out a peace staff to every head of state, or as you can see, the Pope only recently received this peace staff. So by now, I think this is a very wide, exclusively distributed piece of art in the world. But of course, Vasilisa already gave you the object, but of course you also get the certificate, and this is saying, well, basically the same thing that Vasilisa was reading to you before, and yes, I hope it will have a place of honor in your offices.
Of course.
And,
thank you very much.
And of course, one last thing, of course, you saw it. The best effect of the thing is when it is lit from behind.
Thank you very much. Thanks for everyone for coming tonight. And if you do one thing on your way home, please download the What 3 Words app. You may have to use it one day, and I hope you don't have to use it in an emergency situation, but if you do, it may save your life. So please download the What 3 Words app. Thank you.
So, well, yes, this was the WIT, but we have one more unscheduled highlight. I was asked to ask WIT on stage, and since I know on what purpose, I'm very happy to do so. So, WIT, where are you? Please join us. I saw him in the room before. I think we are a little bit ahead of time, but...
We're looking for the WIT. I mean, we can...
Well, we do it.
Well, meantime, a wonderful presentation, so I think it's a very well-deserved prize. So thank you so much for doing this all these years.
Absolute great people, and you can tell from last year's laureate.
It's a shame that COVID came right in the moment when you awarded the first one, right? So the first.
Yeah, okay, that's fate, and because I can work with it. But now I see WIT. He has a shiny thing, so please, WIT, do whatever you want to do, or what you need to do.
Let me just say a couple of words. You know, this is, again, the most fabulous venue for a crypto event ever. And those are the most fabulous people I've worked with so far. Vasilisa has been a great help to Liberland cause for many years. And a great cause for Liberty, I think, in general. I think you're a great recipient of the highest award of Liberland, the Order of Merit. You're going to be in a good company with people like Ron Paul and Nigel Farage. So I would ask you, if I can, to give an applause for Vasilisa's involvement in the freedom world. Thank you. And I will try to decorate you if you can hold the microphone.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
And from working, with Vasilisa for over 1.5 years now, I really can tell you, this woman really deserves it.
Thank you very much, guys, both of you. I mean, it's an honor to me. I mean, I saw this to be granted to very great people, so it's an honor for me to join that line of supporters of Liberland, and I really look forward to work together going forward and joining your events in Liberland and actually visiting finally the Liberland. That's on me in December, right?
December 1st, we're attracting Vasilisa to Liberland. So I hope to have you here there. And also, guys, I hope you're going to make it to Liberland as well.
Thank you much. And And right now, I invite everybody just to enjoy the beautiful company of people we have here, share the conversation, debate, make new friends, new business connections, and let's enjoy. And tomorrow we start the new day. Thank you.